At kung hindi yan dumaan sa SPV law, nagbenta kayo graft and corruption. At kung yan din sa SPV law, hindi nyo yung binigyan ng eligibility, nag-commit kayo ng graft and corruption.
I can claim Marcos did this, Marcos did this, that. But if I did not keep documents, prove the allegations that I am making now, hindi po mananalo yung aking allegation. Ganun kasimple yan. Pero alam ko maraming masamang ginawa si Mr. Marcos. Alam ko maraming pagnanakaw na ginawa sila.
Ano pong collateral meron ang Maynilad nung binigyan nyo ng loan? 1 billion po yan.
Mr. Chair, for the specific details, we would need to refer to the loan agreements, but based on available record, Maynilad.
No, you don't need to go to the loan agreements. Because the legal services, your particular department, before they allowed this to go into SPAB, made a study. So pagdating pa lang po sa board minutes ninyo, makikita doon. So I'm asking you again now, what was the collateral for Maynilad? Nasa records niyo po yan.
We have to confirm, Mr. Chairman, the specific details of all these transactions.
So, when you made the recommendation to go to SPAB, hindi niyo po nakita yan? Siyempre, bago niyo po sabihin, ibenta niyo na sa SPAB, sabihin niyo muna, katulad sinabi mo, Atty. Adjong, dapat kolektahin natin yan. Dapat mag-file tayo dyan. Pag hindi ka na makapagbayad, i-call ang iyong collateral. Tama po ba, Atty. Adjong? That's the process? You were saying, yes. So what was your collateral?
Kung meron tayong prueba, ituloy natin. Kung wala po naman tayong prueba, huwag naman natin aksayin na parawan ng Kongreso sa mga allegation na wala naman dokumento. I can claim Marcos did this, Marcos did this, that. But if I did not keep documents to prove the allegations that I am making now, hindi po mananalo yung aking allegation. Ganun kasimple yan. Pero alam ko maraming masamang ginawa si Mr. Marcos. Alam ko maraming pagnanakaw na ginawa sila. Pero wala po tayong dokumento. Eh mahirap natin balikan ang panahon 20, 30, 40 years ago. At this point in time, I rest my case, having elicited from the DVP officers, there is nothing irregular in the exercise of the SPV. Iikot lang tayo ng iikot at hanap tayo ng dokumento. It's unfair to demand from the DVP even to produce documents 18, 20 years ago. And the intention is to embarrass you and put you in deeper hot waters. It's even unfair. If there is any member of Congress today who is in possession of documents to prove that there was a wrongdoing and some people made money out of it, then maybe we should proceed. Otherwise, I will move for termination of all of this. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, noted Honorable Atienza. Yes, you're recognized, Honorable Defensor.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, maraming salamat po. Una po muna pagbati sa aking kasama kay kagalang-galang Deputy Speaker Atienza. Pero kanina naman po nung kami nagtanong, malinaw yung pag-uusap. Sa dokumento ng DBP, sa dokumento ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, dalawang ahensya po yung magkaiba. Walang certificate of eligibility yung pagkakapasok ng mga loans. Magmula sa DBP, BSP, bago sila pinasok sa Special Purpose Vehicle. Walang certificate of eligibility. Ang sinasabi po ng DBP, ang kanilang pananaw legal. Dahil kahit walang certificate of eligibility, pwede. Ang pananaw ko po, at ito naman binanggit din ng BSP, hindi pwede. Pangalawa, Mr. Chairman, makikita sa loan documents ng DBP. Hindi na po yung loan documents, yun na lang po sa minutes. Na dalawa dyan, o isa, sa mga loans na yan na ibinigay bago pa ipasok sa SPAB, ang walang collateral. Yan po yung may dokumento, nandyan sa minutes ng Development Bank of the Philippines. Pinag-aralan po yan ng legal bago ipinasok. At makikita po dyan. And if I may ask Atty. Adjong, hindi po ba dapat nagkaroon ng joint security, But before the issuance of the DBP loan to Maynilad, there should have been a waiver under the JSS. Tama po ba?
Honorable Attorney, you may reply.
May I seek clarification on the document?
Joint and solitary signature for Maynilad.
I have not seen the document, Mr. Chair, but as part of our commitment, we will go into the
Yes.
record.
Maybe, Mr. Chairman, we can ask Mr. Robosa, our president of DBP, who is here with us right now. If Mr. Chairman,
Can we go to your second round?
no, Mr. Chairman, it was a point of privilege because the Honorable Deputy Speaker Atienza, with all due respect, tama naman po yung sinabi ni Honorable Atienza. Kung tayo po dito yung nagwi-witch hunt, huwag natin ituloy. At nakakaya naman sa DBP at sa Lopez Group. Pero kung mayroon naman po dokumento at may kakulangan sa dokumento, dapat po natin pag-usapan. Tama po yung sinabi ni Honorable Atienza. Tinanong po niya kanina, nagkaroon pa ng benepisyo ng mga Lopezes. Tama ba, Atty. Jong? From 9 billion, naging 3 billion na lang ang babayaran nila.
The 9 point,
Total yan po.
Yes.
the total for all
So if I put it in
2,000 companies.
I agree. So if we put it at 70%, at 1.6 billion, ang binayaran po na lang nila siguro is somewhere in the vicinity of 500 million. Kung i-across the board po natin, yung naging discount. Kasi across the board po yan nung pumasok sa SPAB.
Mr. Chair, with respect to these accounts, I believe
No,
that-
Atty. Jong, the question is simple. Marami kayong accounts. Ginawa niyo 10 bilyon. Binenta niyo ng 3 bilyon. Sinlasyo ng 70% ng lahat ng utang. Tama po ba?
the recovery under the bulk sale was around 42%.
So 42%. So 60% discount. So there was a gain. Kung ang dati kang utang 100 piso, naging 60 pesos na lang. 40 pesos na lang.
But that's on the transfer to the...
I agree, Atty. Jong. All I'm saying is, ang original utang sa inyo 100 pesos. Ang kinita ninyo 40 pesos na lang. Tama po ba?
On the bulk, Mr. Chair, but there was a specific price allocation.
Atty. Jong, please do not confuse yourself. Yung 100 piso dapat kinolektan nyo yun Pera nyo yun. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, binenta nyo na lang ng 40 pesos. Tama po?
On the total bulk sale.
Yes, total bank sale. So lahat na nagka-utang, nagka-discount na 60%. Yung umutang mismo, well, assume na natin na yung one company had 100 pesos, binenta de 60% discount siya. Tama po ba?
But that's the discount on the PI transfer to the SPP.
Exactly.
Mr. Chair.
Exactly. So, what I'm saying, Mr. Chair, is this. Value judgment po yun. Hindi ko sinasabing illegal yun. Kasi lahat naman ng bangko dumaan po sa SPAB Ang point ko lang, yung tinanong ko kanina about the collateral, bago pa pumasok na SPAB yan, walang collateral yan. Kaya wala din kayo makakolekta in the first place. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Honorable Deputy Speaker Tito Atienza, sir.
Thank you. Again, let me reiterate my position. Unless a case filed before this committee, or for that matter, any committee in Congress, does not carry any documents except an allegation, I would frown about it and reconsider whether we should even take it up or not. Otherwise, he may want to investigate allegations of anomalies during the Quirino time, even the Magsaysay time, and charges of anomalies in government. Kung wala tayong dalang dokumento at prueba, it's unfair for us to even prosecute or question or even insinuate wrongdoings on existing officers of these institutions because they had nothing to do with it. They don't even know anything about it. And in the meanwhile, we will be wasting very precious time of the 18th Congress. With that, I am not pursuing my position, but I made it very clear. If this committee hearing will not get any document from those who are alleging wrongdoing, not from the agencies, because that is fishing for evidence. I would call it as such. Kung wala po sila may papakita, in the next meetings, I will move for termination.
Well noted,
Thank you.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Chairman, just a quick lang. Kasi si Atty. Jong, binabanggit niya, legal daw yung magbenta sila kahit walang approval ng BSP. Atty. Jong, your question. Ang loan 100 pesos, tama? Pag binenta mo ng 150, walang problema yon. Pag binenta mo ng 100 pesos, walang problema yon. Tama po?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ngayon, yung loan ng 100 pesos, binenta mo ng 40 pesos. May mga officials ngayon dyan sa DBP na nag-commit ng graft and corruption because you did not go through the SPV process. Kung binenta nyo ng mas mababa, ibig sabihin nagkaroon kayo ng fire sale. So what I'm saying is, ang point kasi ni Ms. Cube, yung act in itself, nilagay nyo naman sa SPV So by putting it in the SPV, governed kayo by the SPV law. Ngayon, kung ang sinasabi mo ngayon hindi namin kailangan gumawa sa SPV, binenta nyo ng mura, may graft and corruption kayo dahil sa book value ninyo. And I was in Pag-ibig before, we cannot sell below the book value. And that is your book value. Including the interest, the loans, and so on and so forth. But if you go through SPV, bumaba kayo, nagka-discount, okay yan. Walang problema yan. Diniscount ninyo. Tama to, Nejong?
Mr. Chair, we are not limited to the provision of the SPV.
Agree. So therefore, yung binenta yung 40% na discounted, yung mga loans na yung 1.6 billion or the 9 billion, selling at 3 billion, lahat na nag-approve nun. Ang legal na nag-approve nun, lahat kayo is liable for graft and corruption because the book value of what you have, you cannot sell lower. And you know that under the law. Is that not correct, Attorney Jong?
Mr. Chair, each account was given a purchase price allocation.
Under the SPV law.
No, sir.
But you have a book value of those loans. You cannot tell now, President Terbosa, na sir, itong non-performing loans natin na 5 billion, pwede natin ibenta ng 1 billion. Because the book value governs you. You cannot sell lower than that. If you sell lower than that, you're committing graft and corruption. And that is what you have committed in that process that you sold it at a lower cost without eligibility, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry to say, Attorney Jong, check what you have there under our processes. We are governed more strictly as government financial institutions rather than the private. Mas mahirap po sa atin yan. At kung hindi yan dumaan sa SPV law, nagbenta kayo graft and corruption. At kung yan din sa SPV law, hindi nyo yung binigyan ng eligibility, nag-commit kayo ng graft and corruption. I'm sorry to say, Mr. Chair. And maybe next time, the BSP legal should be here to clarify these issues. Thank you, Mr. Chair.